Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rawah Kodas. Double honors unto the apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is the book of Job, chapter 41, going into Leviathan, right? And Leviathan is not this animal over here as they claim it to be, like the Loch Ness Monster or whatever. That would be Behemoth. But yeah, he's also in the water in marsh places and stuff like that, wet waters, wet places. But he has legs, paws, 4 of them, with claws. And Leviathan has the same thing too. It's not no. He is under the water, but he has legs also that he can walk with up on the planet Earth, as I'm gonna read about it in verse. Here, sharp stones are under him. That shows you that he has legs, well, paws if you want to call it, and not this, not these fins. Right, so I'm gonna get up in it now. Job chapter 41 verse 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook? So that means he's in the water, yes. Or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down, like when you do fishing and stuff like that. Can you do that to Leviathan? Canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn, which is done, for example, here with cows? Can you do this to Leviathan? It's a handsome cow. Right. Can you do this to Leviathan is being asked. So it goes in there. Verse 3. Will he make many supplications unto thee? Yeah, is he going to beg for you? Right, so the word supplication means the action of asking or begging for something earnestly or humbly. Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee, like an agreement? Like, okay, don't kill me. Will thou take him for a servant forever? Are you going to make a pet out of him? Will thou play with him as with a bird? Or will thou bind him for thy maidens? Yeah, you want to impress your chicks? Like your girls? Are you going to do that? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Yeah, because nowadays, what are they doing? They making banquets of lions, giraffes, elephants. They eating these animals, these great, powerful beasts. They shoot them down and then they eat them. Which shows you that they don't even need them, because you don't need to kill a lion to survive to get your next meal. They just doing it because, they have the power to do so and they're evil. Shall they part him among the merchants? Are you going to make merchandise of him? Of Leviathan? Canst thou fill his skin with barred irons? Now, what are barred irons? This. Because if you click on Google barred iron, you get this, of course. But if you type barred iron fishing, then you get this. For example, this. Spears and stuff like that, wherewith you could fish, which are barred irons. These are from the ancient times, for example. You can catch fish with this because the fish is slippery, by the way. Right, here you have these people, this is wood, but back in the days they use iron spears and stuff like that. Then you can bore their heads. Or his head with fish spears. Can you do that to Leviathan? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. You gonna learn today. Once you fight with Leviathan, you gonna remember that fight, and you gonna do it not again. You gonna learn today. You go to jail now. You go to jail now. Right. So it says here, verse 9. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. So the hope that you're going to have for winning him, that's in vain, because it shows you, remember the battle, do no more. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? Basically, just looking at him would give you a heart attack and you would just die. Or you would faint. You would be cast down. None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Right, so you can't even fight against Leviathan. How you gonna fight against the Heavenly Father himself? Right, because it says here, who had prevented me that I should repay him? Now the word prevented is come before. So who comes before the Lord? Because the Lord said in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, if I'm correct, there is no God beside me. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now, I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So if you get a wound, the Heavenly Father allowed it to happen to you. You break your arm, the Heavenly Father allowed that to happen to you. You get healed, guess what? The Heavenly Father allowed that to happen to you. Somebody dies, the Heavenly, not from old age, even from old age also, but somebody dies, the Heavenly Father allowed that. Somebody is born, the Heavenly Father allowed that. He does all these things, and none can deliver out of his hand if he has a trouble with you. Who had prevented me? Who comes before? By the way, the word prevent, if you check it out, Google it, right? Prevent. It says here, go and keep something from happening. That's the new form of it. The new meaning. Stop something from happening and stuff like that. But in the biblical time, it meant to go before. Go before someone. With spiritual guidance and help. Not necessarily. It literally means go before. And if you think that is not what it means, is the biblical explanation of the word prevent, then you need to go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 28. That it might be known that we must prevent the sun to give thee thanks, and at the day spring pray unto thee. So, what does it mean? Prevent the sun. You're not going to be able to stop the sun from coming up. Even though the Edomites are trying by putting the chemtrails in the air blocking the sun, as this doofus here wants to do. What? Engineering? Block the sun. Solar engineering. Dun, 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 dun. Spray dust into the atmosphere. Yeah, whatever. Horrible, stupid plan to block the sun. Now, this is the daily code. You got to watch out for these. Check this out. So-called fact check says it's false and stuff. Oh, social media, yay! So now it's gonna so-called be like, oh, just a bunch of people doing stuff. No, because even in dailystarco.uk, which is a so-called verified place and stuff like that. I mean, verified news, so-called F the news, by the way. But this is a so-called verified news agent or whatever they call themselves, a news outlet, right? So it says here, Bill Gates hatches it's not just him, it's a whole group of people. He's just the forefront. Just like how they say the president of America, well, he has a lot of people that's actually helping him. He's not doing it alone. You know, you see him as the face of America, but he's not the face of America. Sorry. He's not the only one that rules America. He's just the face of a company. Right. Planned horribly stupid plan to block out the sun, just like Mr. Burns. That's one article. Then you have CNBC. Bill Gates funded chemical cloud could help stop global warming. And let me see. Bill Gates will have to wait a while to block the sun. Bill Gates is thinking of dimming the sun. Here comes the fact checkers again. Right. So it shows you here, for example, geoengineering, and they already have it on tables on cartoon things, you know, examples and stuff like that. which is they spray the thing in the air, which would then dim the sun. That's why when you look up, especially in the summertime, you see some kind of mist over there in the in the atmosphere. You see some kind of weird mist. You'd be like, "Oh, why is it so yellow?" That's because they're busy. They're busy spraying stuff, trying to make the sun rays bounce off. But yeah, that's enough of that. But yeah, they could try, but it's not working. That we must prevent the sun to give thee thanks, meaning come up before the sun. So go up before the sun, and then start praying, not spraying, praying before the day breaks. Right. So that's that part. Yeah. So Leviathan is not this. I'll get to it later. So it says here, who had prevented me that I should repay him? Who is before the Lord that the Heavenly Father needs to actually, honor you, pay you back? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine, including Leviathan. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. And what is the proportion? His size, his dimensions, sorry. Right, so it says, who can discover the face of his garment? Or who can come to him with his double bridle? Wait a minute. Yeah, right, sorry about that. Now, this is the book of Job, chapter 41, verse 13. Who can discover the face of his garment? So we know garment is something that you clothe yourself with. So his garment is his skin, right? Job chapter 41, verse 13. Who can discover the face of his garment? Right. The face of his garment is his body. And you go then to the Hebrew word, which is Hebrew 1540. Hebrew 1540. Gala, which is to uncover, remove. Right. Because what do they do on the planet Earth with crocodile skin clothing, for example? You removed his garment from him. You removed his clothing from him. You removed his skin wherewith he is skinned and clothed by the Heavenly Father. Then you remove it from him and then make your own, make your own garment, actually, your actual garment. But this is his garment. This is his clothing. This is what he clothed himself with. That's why when a dog takes a dump, he doesn't need to wipe his behind. He doesn't need to wear a jacket or something like that, because that's his clothing. That's his vestment. That's his garment. His fur. And other animals, the skin of their, the hide of their body or something is their clothing. I said something because I don't know how to call that thing. Their skin. His body. No, not body. I mean, that what I just showed. This is his skin. This is his clothing. He is clothed with this. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Right. So it says, who can uncover the face, which is this thing. Face, the surface. Who can uncover the surface of his body, which is his garment, but clothing, apparel, raiment, garment, that scales or skin that I just showed you, right? So it says, who can discover, right, the face of his garment? So basically, who can uncover his body from off of him? Or who can come to him with his double bridle, which is then therefore this. A double bridle is something that you control a horse with. And just like he said in verse 1, and also 2, can you put a hook into Leviathan's nose? Remember the battle and do it no more. You gonna learn today? Right, so you can't control him, man. You cannot control Leviathan because the Heavenly Father created him like that. So it says, verse 14, who can open the doors of his face, His teeth are terrible round about him. So it's talking about his mouth. As you can see here. Where did I put it? Did I put it somewhere? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Here. You can force open the mouth of a crocodile. That's the door of his face. Whoa. What's over there? Ooh, that don't look too good. That don't that don't look too good, you know. Right. So who can? Did you know that you can tie his mouth closed? You can tie his mouth closed. You know, he doesn't have the power to actually open it when you, because people can hold an alligator mouth closed. Well, not this guy. You gonna learn today? Not do it again. He can't. He can't do it again. He's a one-armed man now. Right. So it says. What was I? Sorry. Yeah. Who can open the door of his face? He can't. He can't do that. His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. So that's how close and tightly knit. I hate that word actually. Basically, they're on his scales are very shut up together, right? So it says one is so near to another that no air can come between them. So he has his own compression. I'm gonna get the examples over there. Let me finish this one first. Verse 17. They are joined one to another. They stick together. They cannot be sundered. So you can't take them apart. So why is that also? Because if you go to the under the sea, then this is what's going to happen to you. Where is it? Here, for example. Check there, sir. That was just a little tiny bit of pressure. Then you have another one, which is this one, which is a little bit thicker. He doesn't show the pressure here. This one breaks. The deeper you get, because this is a pressure chamber beyond the press. So what does it do? It basically collapses you, and this would be then there for your lungs. Right, needed to come to over here. So the deeper you get, the more you would break. And you have, how deep can a submarine go? The deepest submarine, right? Yeah, it goes more than 400 feet, yes. So the submarine can go like 35,000 somewhat feet, almost 36,000, and that would be then 10,000, almost 11,000 meters, as I saw here also. 11,000 meters and 35,000 feet. Yeah, 36,000 feet actually, something like that, you know. That's how deep a submarine can go. And what would happen to the submarine? It would have an implosion. Okay. Why does it take us so long? Oh yeah, here, okay. Pressure. This would happen to you. I'm gonna put all these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But you have the pressure, because there's air inside and stuff like that, it would collapse. So would your lungs too. And this would happen to a submarine if they go deeper. But Leviathan, the Heavenly Father created them like that. It can't happen, because even the air cannot come between it. So it says here, Leviathan. Job chapter 41 verse 15. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal. So it's closed where air doesn't even penetrate. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. So his scales are so that air cannot come between it. So therefore, he can go deeper than a submarine because there's no air in it. I mean, there's no air that can come through it. You know, the Heavenly Father created him like that. He can dive deeper than any man-made submarine or any man-made anything. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. You can't take them apart. So you can't wear him like you would wear a crocodile vest or clothing or shoe, crocodile shoe. You also cannot wear him. You cannot uncover his clothing from himself. You cannot skin him. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, you cannot uncover his clothing, meaning you cannot skin him to make yourself an alligator navigator shoe or whatever. In this case, a Leviathan shoe. So verse 18, by his neesing a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Right. So what is neesing is an old term for, where is it again? Where did I put it? Here. Neesing. It just means sneezing. Right. And then you have another one which is and his eyes are like eyelids of the morning. So when you look that up, what's this again? What's this again? Oh yeah, that's the stone and that's the sin. Oh yeah, that's here. Wait. I'll get to that later. So it says here that his neesing, verse 18, by neesing a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. So if you click on the word eyelids, of course, which is Hebrew 60:79, it goes to eyelids, and then it goes to of dawn, rays of sun, figuratively. Okay, so what does that look like then? Then you go here. Well, I go here, but here, dawn. Okay, so it gives a light, right? And then you have rays of light here. So what would his eyes look like then, therefore? His eyes would actually be beaming in the light, in the dark. So he can see very well. This would be one of his eyes that he would see through. So let's say behind here is his eye, and let's say that you are in the depth of the dark where it's black. You can't see. We can't see. He can see because his eyes are like two beams of headlights. Let me see. Yeah, like this. Yeah, right. Look, this would be him in the dark. This is how he would see. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I shouldn't be wiping off away all the examples about the implosion. I need to get it back. I'll do it after this. Right, by his neesing a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning, which is very bright. He can see you. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron, and that is then therefore this cauldron here. So this is a cauldron, of course, and what comes out of it? Smoke. And also when you make potions, it also bubbles up like this, which is ointments actually. Sorry, not potions. Right? You can call them potions, but if I say potions, people think of witches. No, because ointments were made like this, but it bubbles like this. It bubbles up. You know, just little bubbles and stuff like that. That's how ointment is made, and it's very thick. And then you can put it after that in a bottle, and then you could spray it like a perfume, or other ointments that smell good, or ointments. In this case, I'm talking about ointments that have a perfume, that have a smell. Right, and that's the dawn. This is his eye. Right, sunrise and stuff like that. It's bright. Like this. It gives a color, a bright color. Dawn and stuff like that. And the rays of the sun also. Right, so going back to over here. So it says, out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. Right. This is kindleth coals. Everybody knows that coals are very hot, which burns. Burning coal, which is this. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth forth out of his mouth. So it says here, out of his nostrils goeth smoke. So when you look at the Bombardier beetle, like I said, I put this link in the description box. The Bombardier beetle.
But the master of chemical warfare is the Bombardier beetle. It can create a chemical reaction within its body so violent that boiling caustic liquid explodes out of its abdomen.
That's the same thing that Leviathan has, and all the other dragons that are able to spit fire, according to the Bible. Because not only Leviathan can do it, by the way. If you read the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, I forget which book again. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter, what was it again? Yeah, verse 4, but what? Oh. Yeah. So it says here, Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 18, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor, or filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. If you look at this, you'll be like, what type of sparkles is it? Electricity or is it fire? And then you might be like, nah, that's impossible. This is impossible. Here. You have a lizard that shoots blood out of his eyes. And I'll put the link in the description box, of course.
You're about to witness one of the most bizarre pieces of defensive weaponry ever devised by Mother Nature.
No, by the Heavenly Father, you doofus.
Has there ever been a weirder use of an eye socket? Or of blood?
Anyway, there's a little dragon. Look at his head.
Bloody lizard lives near saguaro trees in the Sonoran Desert in Mexico.
Right.